guys, Jesse with Hunt Training. Today I want to take a little time and talk about the ATF and all the BS that's going on with pistol braces and all sorts of other things right now. Beforehand, real quick, I do have a couple other channels, links in the description. Check them out if you want to support the channel. Links down below. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below, and it really helps me out. I'm growing slowly, and I really appreciate all the growth, and I really thank my subscribers. You guys have helped me out greatly. If you want to, I'll put a couple of my recent videos up in the cards, and you guys can go check those out. A couple of good videos, some stuff you guys want to see. Also, coming down the pipeline, I've got the Streamlight HLX long-term review. I've had this for 2 years, and I want to take some time and talk about it in depth, and it takes a deep look at it. I also have the 193 mount for the aim point micro dot. I have a Holston mounted up on this one from Reptilia. We're going to take a look at that. And then I got the T-Rex Arms rifle strap, as you see, stowed away on this AR pistol firearm thingamabob. But it all doesn't really matter because this is every gun law is an infringement and it should be legal anyway. Let's roll into that. So earlier, the ATF ruled or came out saying that with an opinion or a cease and desist letter to Q Firearms, saying that their Honey Badger pistol with the brace built into it was illegal and it constituted an SBR and they need to be registered and blah, 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 blah. Well, then there was a stay put on it, and then that stay was redacted, and then anyway, they kind of back off their guns on that. Well, then they came out they came after pistol braces as a whole. So we've been going into this is designed to be shouldered, so that constitutes an SBR. This itself weighs too much to be an AR pistol, so therefore it's an SBR. You can't conceal this, it's not a pistol, and you can't fire this with one hand. If your eye relief of the scope you have on it is short, you can't fire it with one hand. Although you see right here, I could fire this with one hand. So I don't really know what the ATF is talking about on that, other than the fact that they're unelected bureaucrats and they're the head of the ATF, Regina something. I'll put it down below, but I don't really care. I hate her. Regina is completely anti-gun and continues to do things and point the ATF in a direction that is not helpful for the United States, and the ATF is a total rogue organization and should be eliminated. And honestly, the traitors should be thrown in prison for what they're doing to our country. But I digress. Anyway, so the ATF came out and asked for a comment period, and they wanted to know what people think about them regulating this item as an SBR. But really all you have to do is you could destroy it, you could turn it in, you could register it as an SBR, or the government would buy it back for a fee, which confiscation, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so they asked for comments. So all the big gun channels, all you guys with, probably most of the guys with the pistol braces, came out and a lot of comments. And I think at about, around 48,000 comments, they said, hey, we redacted our statement. We're going to go ahead and not do this anymore. But what was funny is that the comment period stayed open. And I'm not sure on the exact number, but I'm pretty sure it got up to 71,000 comments before they redacted it. So in my mind, there's two things. I don't really know why they didn't close it down. If they redacted their statement, it would totally make sense that they close it because there's no more statements being made. Or it's just another way to backdoor register the people that have braces, because most likely the people that have braces are the ones that commented because they would be affected by this. Now, our new elected or not elected president, Sniffin' Joe and Kamala Harris, whatever you want to call them, whatever, the people that supposedly got elected, they have already met with the ATF and said, hey, we want to go after ghost guns, we want to go after, assault rifles, blah, 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 blah. And so I think this is just the start of the ATF maybe getting names, maybe doing other things like that. Not to mention that, let's go to the ghost guns part that we're talking about. Ghost guns. So they're calling guns that you can build in your home a ghost gun. And any American is able to build their own firearm at home. It's totally legal. It's not against the law. You can build your own gun. It does not have to be serialized. They say you should, but it doesn't have to be. And they're calling these ghost guns. Legal firearms. So a company called Polymer 80 makes a kit that has all these parts in it, And then you can take those parts and you can drill holes and you can mill out some stuff and you can make your own gun. And that's awesome. And it's totally legal. But now the ATF says that constitutes a firearm. They were shipping firearms across state lines. They were selling firearms without a 4473, which is totally bonkers because it's absolutely not true. They said it was legal, and now they're saying it's illegal. And that's what the ATF is really good at doing. They're saying things like this 3, 4, or 5 years ago is totally legal, and now they're saying it's illegal, and they're going to make 4 million people felons overnight, and we're all going to give them the middle finger and say, come get them, boys. And then there's going to be a lot of people shot, and it's not going to be a good thing. But I digress. So the ATF raided Polymer 80 for records on who bought all this stuff, and they told them they can't do it anymore, blah, 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 blah. Well, then the ATF also raided, a lot of you guys may not know this, Diversified Machine. Now, Diversified Machine sells tubes and little spacers and washers. Basically, you can turn it into a suppressor if you obviously do the correct paperwork and fill out the NFA paperwork and pay the tax stamp and serialize it. You can build your own suppressor at home pretty easily, but you still have to build it. You still have to do the work. You still have to do drilling and milling. You still have to do things. But anyway, they were also raided for the same thing, who bought them and customer records and all those sorts of things. So, the ATF, unelected bureaucrats, by the way, unelected bureaucrats are taking laws that they've determined to be, or taking things they've determined to be legal and turning them illegal because they changed their mind because somebody had a wild whim one day. Now, it's dangerous, it's inappropriate, and the ATF is to the point where it's completely a rogue agency and should be shut down. It's just not right. The Constitution says, shall not be infringed. Now, I don't know how the ATF sees this. This is an accessory, so I don't know how you regulate an accessory. They did it with bump stocks, which basically the ATF just said it constitutes a machine gun. They changed their mind and made it illegal. And Donald Trump gave them the power to do that. So that's why I'm not a big Trump guy. And, you know, he lied to our faces and said the 8-year assault is over, and that's total bullshit. We've had more problems with that in his presidency than Obama's presidency. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the ATF is an agency that is unnecessary. They're unelected bureaucrats that are determining laws, which is totally not how this works. And it's affecting lawful American citizens that follow the laws and do things, try to do things right, but we just want to have fun and shoot our guns on the weekend and protect our families with the best tool to protect our families. The best tool to protect your family. Absolutely. So, here's what I have to say. I am working toward the my state, the representatives, to ask that no new federal gun laws be enforced in my state. And I think you should do the same. I think we need to be very active. I think this could possibly be one of those critical points in history that without our activity, we could totally see our rights be washed away and infringed upon more than we've ever had before. Joe and Kamala are talking about banning online sales. If you guys want to see more about that, check out Johnny's B's video about it. It's really good. And how hopefully, and in my mind, we should have something in our back pocket to save us there. But still, the assault is coming. You need to be prepared for it. And honestly, guys, get out there and train, because being able to protect yourself and your family is now more important than ever in 2020. I'm Jesse with Hunt Training. Guys, a lot of things going on here. I'm still building my range. I'm still hoping for a grand future. And I'm still planning on a lot of big things coming here at our property. But, gosh, it's a pain in the ass when some stupid agency tries to tell you how to live your life. So don't let them. We'll see you guys later.